Hello guys, welcome to Module 5. In this week, we're going to learn some more SQLs. Learning objectives. After this learning segment, you will be able to learn more about how to insert rows into tables. You will understand the case statement, and you can use the functions to deal with real projects. More insert into. Instead of insert data into table row by row, there are several other ways to allow you insert bulk of data into your table. First one, import data files into an existing table. Second, insert into an existing table by selecting and copying information from other table. Third, select and copy information from one table into a new table. Import data files into an existing table. Firstly, you have to create the table schema by using the create table and so on, which covered last week. And second, use the wisdom to import data. The data should be stored in the flat file or an Excel file. You should right-click your table name and then select the tasks. Go down, there's import data and export data. If you want to import data into your database, use the import data selection. And then select your data source. Here we're gonna use the Microsoft Excel for this week and find the file path for the Excel file, the Excel version, just based on what Excel you're using. And then you need to choose a destination. Destination type is the SQL naive client, and the server name. Actually, you don't need to change it and use the Windows authentication. In the database area, you need to select which database you want to import data into. And then specify table copy or query. Here we use the copy data from one or more tables or views. And then you will be able to select which table you want to insert the data into, and then just run immediately. Second way, insert into an existing table. The insert into select statement copies data from one table and inserts it into another table. Insert into select requires that data types in source and target tables match. The existing records in the target table are unaffected. This is an example by copying all columns from one table to another table. Insert into, this is the table, our targeting table, or the existing table we want to insert data into. And then select star from the table 1, the other table. You can have the where condition or not. Then select only some columns from one table into another table. Insert into table 2, the existing table we want to insert information into. In the parentheses, you can classify which column you want to insert into. And then select the column 1, column 2, column 3, and so on from the other table, and you can have the where condition. Third way, insert into a new table. The select into statement copies data from one table into a new table. The new table has not been created before. Copy all columns into a new table. Select star into new table from the old table, and still you can have the where condition. Or just copy some columns into a new table. Select the column you want to use into the new table from the old table, and again you can still have the where condition as you need. Okay, case. The case statement goes through conditions and returns a value when the first condition is met. It is very similar as an if then else statement. Once a condition is true, it'll stop reading and returning the result. If no conditions are true, it returns the value in the else clause. This is the example for the syntax. Case when condition 1, then result 1. When condition 2, then result 2. When condition n, then result n. Else result end. So when the first condition is met, it'll return the result 1 and end this segment. So if none of those conditions are met, then we just return the result in the else statement. The case. There's an example of how to use the case. I have a table which has the order detail ID, order ID, product ID, and quantity. Over the quantity, I have different numbers here. So when I want to select information from this table, I can use the case statement against the quantity. So firstly, select ID and quantity. Those are the same as previous. Okay, the third column, case. When quantity is larger than 30, then return the quantity is larger than 30. When quantity equals to 30, then the quantity is 30. Else, when the quantity is under 30, then end as quantity text from the order details. This SQL statement creates a new column that is quantity text, and the information of the quantity text is based on the quantity's value. For the first row, the quantity equals to 12, and we can see that it is not belong to the quantity larger than 30, and quantity equals to 30. So the else statement for the information in the else clause gonna be returned. That is the quantity is under 30. The same as the row 2, row 3, and row 4. For the last one, that is the quantity is larger than 30 is met, and the quantity is greater than 30 text gonna be returned to the quantity text column for the last row. So here's another example. Okay, currently I still have the table, order details table. However, I have another column that is price. And we can see for the quantity, the price, there were two columns, two rows, row 3 and row 4. There's no value for it. So we can have the case statement against the price. So select the order detail ID, the first column, product ID, the third column from the order details. That is totally the same as previous. In the order by, I use the case 1. When the price is empty, is null, then I'm gonna order it by using the quantity. If there's some information in the price, then the statement gonna goes to the else. Else, the price gonna be used for the order by. Okay, and this is the complete SQL. SQL with data analytics. SQL gonna be used for data cleaning and preparation, used for loading, cleaning, transforming, and rearranging the data. It is very important and will take up so much time. When I worked at Microsoft, about 60% to 80% of time gonna focus on SQL. So sometimes when we have a data that is not the right format when we work with a particular task. For example, you have some of the logs files of a website and hope to find out which IP out of the options the spammers are coming from, or which demographic on the website is leading to more sales. Then you want to use the SQL to change the data format and enable it for you to work with a particular task.